This hair importation masterclass is for those that want to start importing their hairs from China, either for commercial purpose or for personal use. So if you know that you've always loved to import original human hair, you are so tired of buying them at expensive rates here in Nigeria or any other country that you're watching from, then make sure you watch this video to the end, because I'll be teaching you everything you need to know on how to import human hairs from China, be it extension or wigs, right? And guess what? By the end of this video, I have a gift for you, and that gift is giving you 3 verified human hair contacts that you can actually buy from. That is verified sellers on 1688. I'll be dropping their contacts for you to buy from them. Before you hop on 1688 to source and procure your hair extensions, there are some things you need. These are tools that you need to get started on either shopping for your personal use or shopping to sell. So, number 1 is your smartphone. Of course, we all have smartphone, your Android, your iPhone, whatever, as long as they can browse and do research and all of that, those are smartphones. So you need a smartphone. Number 2 is the 1688 app. You need to go to Play Store or App Store to download 1688 app. Number 3 is the translation app. So you need either iTranslate or Google Translate or any other translation app that can help you to translate Chinese language to English, because 1688 is a Chinese site. Sometimes not everything is translated automatically with your phone, so you might need to use a translation app or quickly use the Google search, right? That is the desktop Google search. You can actually go on Google, type translation to English, so from there you can translate any language to English. Then number 3 is the payment method. Now for payment method, are you paying via Alipay, or you are using a payment merchant, an RMB merchant, to make your payment, or you are paying directly with your MasterCard, or are you using PayPal, or are you using, they have now 1688 has a lot of payment options. Even you can use Wise as well, right? So the next one is a freight forwarder or shipping agent. So you need to decide the shipping agent that will move your goods from China to Nigeria or to your country. Then you need some capital. So if you're buying for your personal use, you need some money for the purchase or for the procurement. And if you're buying for commercial use or for commercial purpose, you need some capital to start with, right? Then the last but not the least is the knowledge, and that is this video that you're watching, because in this video I'm going to give you all the knowledge, all the information you need to get started without making mistakes or getting scammed. So when you get on 1688 app, you're going to see a lot of hairs, wigs, and this overwhelming feeling can actually make you to skip important details that can save you, right, from being scammed or buying nonsense. Now, before you conclude that transaction, before you send that payment to the seller or supplier, there are things that you need to really look out for, right? And number 1 is the MOQ. MOQ is called, or is known as, or is the short form of minimum order quantity. That is the list that the seller will sell. Seller sells 1 box of this wig, then you will see more of it here. 1 box of this wig, right? Now there are other sellers that also sell 1 piece or 1 box. Here we have 1 box of this wig as well, right? So you need to actually look out for this, especially if you want to buy for use, right? So you need to look out for this, because if you're buying for use, there's no need to buy a particular wig for 2 or 3 pieces unless maybe you have the plan of reselling. So for this week, the MOQ is 1 box, right? So you will see countless sellers offering this one piece, one piece. Like I said, if you're buying for personal use, one piece is okay, unless you want to resell. Maybe you want to do it for business, you can actually buy more than one piece. Number 2 is the pricing. You need to also check out the prices of the hairs that you're buying. You need to compare what the vendors are selling in your country and also the amount your seller is offering you. You need to make sure that you are buying at a very good cost. So if you're buying for business, you know that no matter all expenses made in shipping and all that, you will still make your profit. Then if you're also buying for personal use, you also make sure that you got it at the rate that you couldn't get in your country, right? Because at the end of the day, that is what matters, the amount we actually got them. Because for us to learn how to import, that means we want to buy them at affordable prices we couldn't buy with our local vendors. So it is very important that you buy them at good prices. The next is asking question about the hair material. Now, hair material means if it is actually 100% human hair or it is futura, synthetic or hair blend. You do not need to assume. It is very risky that you assume that everything you see is human hair, right? Because there are futuras of such prices and even higher. Do you understand? There are blends of same prices with original 100% human hair. Do you get? So you need to always ask questions. And the good thing is, these people, to some extent, they are honest. So if it's not human hair, because sometimes you will see their description, human hair, blah 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 and all that, and when you ask them, they'll be like, okay, no, it's not human hair, it's synthetic or premium fiber. So as you're sourcing and you're seeing a lot of hairs that are catching your eyes, right? A lot of hairs that are so pretty, so fine, please, whichever one that you actually want to buy or you want to know more about, always ask them if the hair is 100% human hair. Especially if you're buying 100% human hair, always ask them. Even if you're buying futura or high premium fiber or some kind of synthetic human blend, always ask. Do not assume. If you're buying 100% human hair, always ask them the density. If you're buying futura, always ask for how the heat level, right? If you're buying fiber or premium fiber, whatever, always ask the heat level, because some they will tell you it shouldn't exceed 180 degrees. Some will say it shouldn't exceed 150 degrees. You need to ask about all these things. Then the next thing you should always look out for is to find out the number of years they've been in business on 1688. This is also very important. Sometimes it can actually save a lot. Now you can see this person have been 7 years on 1688. So we can see this seller have been on 1688 for 7 years, and trust me, this person is more than 7 years in the business, because the year they have been on 1688 is not equal to the year they have been in business generally. They could actually be more than 10-20 years in business and just registered on 1688 7 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, 1 year ago, right? So that is how this works. Most times 1688 do not really give full information on the number of years the seller have been in business, but you can actually find this on Alibaba. On Alibaba, even after seeing how long the person have been on Alibaba, you will definitely see the number of years. They usually included the number of years the seller have been in business, but that is by the way, right? So this is how it works. Always find out the number of years they have been on 1688. At least it shows that yes, they have been doing transactions already. And when it comes to hair, they're actually transacting outside of China. which means they have been transacting or doing business with other countries, especially the Black nation, right? So for hair, you need to check everything. It is very important. Hair is one of the most delicate procurement to make. So now you can see this person 1 year on 1688, and probably they've been in business for more than 1 year, maybe 5 years or 3 years or so, right? So that is how you need to check for these things. You need to check for everything. Like me, I check for everything, and that is why I am showing you how I do it. The next thing to check are the reviews. This is where the saving support this is where the life-saving support is, right? If you haven't checked review, then tell me, what have you been checking? Because it is from the review you get to find out if the hairs are not good. You see people lamenting, people praising it, and all of that. So I check. Now we can see so many reviews, and when it comes to hair, trust me, you're going to see a lot of Black people. So when you see Black people giving reviews on how they feel about these hairs, it gives some kind of confidence, because it will even fasten your decision whether to buy it or not. You get? So always check reviews. Reviews will save you a lot. Check for product review. If you can't find the review on that particular hair that you want, you can check for review on other hairs. Then also check for general store review. That is the shop or the store, whichever one, that is the seller. You need to also check for the general review of that particular shop or the seller you're buying from. Take reviews very, very seriously. You get? So when you get to the review section, always make sure you click open all and read all if possible. Now you can see this person 3.6 for this week. You get? By the time you open and see something like this, if you've made up your mind that you're not going to buy either this particular week or from this seller, because you can see dissatisfied customers. There are a whole lot. Now this person saying the supplier has cheated me 2 times. First, he gave me a wig with a bad frontal. I complained to him and told him blah blah blah. You can see the picture here, right? So you can see from this review picture, you will know that this person actually bought lots of hairs, and you see what the person received. Do you get? So that is how you check for reviews. Scroll up, scroll down, read everything, the good, the bad, the ugly. When you see this kind of review section, do not even buy. No matter how beautiful those hairs looks, do not buy. Don't buy, please, right? Because where a review section has a lot of under 4-star rates is very poor. The under 4-star rates are higher than the or above 4-star rates. Do you get? So do not even buy. No matter how beautiful they look, do not buy. Let's check another review of another beautiful hair. Okay, this one now, let's check. Okay, can you see? Hello, this supplier is cheated me. I bought a wig worth 63 yen. Okay, 635 yen. He sent a wig hat, blah blah blah. Okay, I've opened. Oh Jesus. Now can you see this? Hey. So most times those pictures you're seeing of those hairs, you get, is not actually what the buyers are getting. You get? Buying of hair or procurement of hair, whether you're buying from your local vendor or you're importing, is very delicate. You get? That's why you need to pay serious attention, read everything, find out everything. Do you understand? It might not really save you like on 100%, but trust me, it will save you up to 85%. Do you understand? So you need to check everything. And now there's another thing that contributes to this hair issue thing. Now if you're importing, always know that there are sellers that are very good in a particular coil and they are not good in another one. Now let me explain. A seller can be good with bouncy hairs, that is bouncy coils, but might not be that good with wavy hairs, that is hairs with waves. Now a seller can be good with bone straight but might not be that good with bouncy hair. A seller might be good with pixie coils but might not be so good with wavy hairs. Do you get? A seller might be good with just straight hair but might not be good with bone straight hair. So you need to find out the particular one that your seller is good at, so that you keep giving him that transaction while you give to others the ones they are very good at. In so doing, you will not have so much complaints. Do you get? Because most times we do this mistake of assuming that a particular producer or seller or factory can do all the type of hairs that we want. The person is good at Yankee, the person is good at wave, the person is good at bone straight, the person is good at pixie curl and all of that. And at the end of the day, we might get the other ones good. We might not get exactly what we want in the others. Do you get? So that is how it works. So most of the complaints we see here are also because of this kind of issue, right? So, and I know that it's not really easy to find out which one the seller is good at or which one the factory that supplies you is good at. You can only find out when you have bought from them. You understand? So that is how you do, especially if you want to start selling these hairs. You need to find out which one this particular person is good at. Make sure that that is the only one you buy from the person. You need to find out the one this particular factory is good at. Make sure it's the only transaction you give to the person. This tip I'm telling you now is from personal experience. I am telling you from my own personal experience. Do you get? Not every, in fact, many people that are training, that you're paying for training, for hair importation training, will not even tell you this. Next is asking for real videos. Make sure you always ask for them to send you real videos. Forget about the ones they post on their pages. Real videos could be factory tour videos, could be their warehouse videos, their showroom videos, product videos, whichever one. Just make sure that you ask for real videos, especially if you want to make huge investment in their products. Like this one, you can see I asked for the person to show me a real video of this hair, and the person actually showed me a video of this hair, right? And everything I need to know about it. Do you get? So that is how you ask for real videos. Do not be shy, or do not feel that asking for real videos sounds rude. No, it does not sound any rude. Most of them do not care. The moment you ask, they'll ask you to wait and they will send to you. Why few of them do not send for some reason. So a customer reached out to me to help her to source for some fiber and futura hair, right? So from our discussion, I asked these people to send me, some of the suppliers to send me real videos. And from our discussion here, you will see that they actually sent me real videos. I have a lot of them, but these are the few ones I'll be showing to you. So these are the real videos of their futura hair that they actually sent, right? So that is how you ask for real video. Now, if I'm not satisfied with this, I won't go ahead with the transaction. If I'm satisfied with it, I'll go ahead with the transaction. Do you get? So that is how you ask for real videos. When it comes to hair, please do not feel shy or think that it is rude to ask for real videos. It is not. It is not, because you're actually doing the things you're supposed to do before concluding the transaction. You get? So that is how it works. Let me show you how to differentiate a factory from a company, that is a trading company, right? So that when you're dealing with a customer, you'll be able to identify if he's an actual factory or a trading company. Now you can see this is a trading company, right? And when you click, you get to see more of the information. Like I said, it's a trading company, Guangzhou Yugel Trading Company Limited. You get? So you get to find out all of this on 1688. When you're buying your hairs on 1688, always remember that not every seller or supplier is a factory. There are trading companies and there are factories. Now, a factory manufactures or produces the product from the scratch, while a trading company buys from the factory and resell to wholesalers and retailers. Now, let us also check more sellers so that you can actually see how they are being identified. This is another seller or supplier. By the time you check, have you seen factory? Yes, this is factory. So when you're dealing with this supplier, know that you're dealing with a factory directly. And also know that not every factory that sells hair in China are on 1688. In fact, according to people that have visited China, so many factories are not even online. Do you get? So that is how it is. For we that are using the online platforms to also do our own importation, this is how to identify if you're dealing with a factory direct or you're dealing with a trading company. Now, here is the thing, neither of them is automatically better than the other. A trading company may offer a better customer service and after sales support with a minimal MOQ, while a factory may have higher MOQ but very low prices and their customer support is not consistent. They do not offer after sale support. Do you get? So it depends. No one is better than the other. But the only thing is that factory favors when you're buying in bulk, when you're doing big business. Do you get? In as much as they sell for one piece, if you're doing big business and you're doing in large volumes, they can actually give you very, very, very good prices, irrespective of the one you're dealing with, whether a trading company or a factory. Always make sure that the person is legit, is real, is not a scammer, and their prices are good. You get? So that is what matters most. Until whenever you visit China, you can walk into their factories, to their companies, and close big deals with them. But for now that you're using online, we have to do our own scrutiny and do everything possible to make sure that we are dealing with a legit person that is not a scammer, whether factory or trading company. When you decide to start buying for your commercial use, that is for sale, and you want to really invest heavily or buy in a large quantity, there are things you should look out for. The softness, right? The density, the lace quality, the hairline, shading, tangling, the smell, you get, the band, cap construction, mites, and some other things. It's very important that you look out for these things. Like I said, especially when you want to invest heavily. And before you do this, you obviously need a sample to check out for these things, because you cannot check them out from even just the video they send. You need to buy, feel them, and know what you want from the samples you got. Do you get? And also, it is important that you ask for factory tour, showroom videos, or warehouse videos if you're investing in high quantity, if you're investing massively. You get? So that is what you should do if you want to start procuring for a business purpose. The last but not the least, let's talk about shipping. So there are two methods of shipping. There is air freight, there is sea freight or sea shipping. Now for air freight, it takes 5 days to 7 days, right? For sea, it takes 60 to 90 days. Now for air freight, most hair vendors use air freight because hair do not really have weight, and you can use sea shipping when you're importing in bulk in very high volume, right? So sea shipping will pay you more when you're doing massive procurement, and trust me, with sea shipping you will make a lot of profit. Even though with the air freight you still make profit, but it is not compared to the kind of profit you make using sea shipping. So guys, I know I promised you something at the beginning of this video, right? That I'm going to give you 3 verified contacts of legit sellers with good hairs. So my lovelies, you can go ahead and contact these people. These are legit sellers that I have been buying from, right? I won't give you anything less. So these are my customers. I'm giving you for free. Contact them, get your hair, whether you want to buy for personal purpose or you want to buy for your business, anyone you want at all, just go ahead and chat them up on WeChat, on WhatsApp, whichever of the messenger they are using. If you have any question, please put it in the comment section so that I can see and answer all of those questions. I promise you. Thank you for sticking to the end of this video. See you in my next video. Bye bye.